We are back 8:12 with more of our series Shark Watch on today. It has been a season filled with sightings close to shore and even attacks. More than 20 in the U.S. so far.
So the question is, what would you do if you came face to face with a shark? Well, we actually have a few people right here on our couch who could answer that question. Each and every one of them survived a recent shark attack. Lindsay Bruns is with us, Zach Gallo, John Mullins, Shawn Donnelly, and Max Haynes. Guys, welcome. Lindsay, let's start with you. Everyone was bitten by a shark. You, I think, had the worst injuries of all. Tell us what happened.
Well, we were on the water. It was a beautiful day on the water, perfect, no wind, and just enjoying the day. And then on the way back, because we were in the Florida Keys, kind of at a sandbar that was out in the middle, we decided to jump off the boat. And me and my girls were jumping off the boat. And this particular time, I guess I landed on the shark, and he just bit me. But then he left, which was great.
Wow.
And so when I came up, I couldn't feel my legs, and I just looked at my husband and said, help, and he jumped in and rescued me.
Your injuries were pretty severe. You have like, you're 5 feet tall, you have like 3 feet of stitches, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Wow.
And so we were kind of far from land, about 20, 25 minutes, and so he had to tie a tourniquet.
Oh my
with
God.
the anchor rope.
Oh my goodness.
And head in. And so once I arrived, the paramedics were there, and I took a trauma helicopter. They were able to give me blood transfusions while I was there.
Oh.
And then I had 11, I think, that first surgery.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's talk about Zach and John. You guys are next to each other. This is such a strange coincidence, but each of you was bitten by a shark. You're both lifeguards, but you happen to have been out in the ocean playing a victim as you guys were doing drills, and when you were playing the victim, the shark got you?
Yeah, so at Smith Point, I work at Smith Point, and we do training exercises every day to mimic rescue scenarios, and I was the victim at that time.
You're splashing around like you're supposed to?
I was just treading water, waiting for my rescuer to come get me, and all of a sudden I feel just like this sharp pressure in my hand. I try to pull my hand, and something's attached to it, so I rip and basically just start hammer punching.
You punched the shark?
Yeah, I connected with it 3 times, and then on the 3rd time, it tail whipped me and swam away. And it was that moment, I'm like, we're dealing with a shark here, so get to shore, get to shore.
Oh my gosh.
And just swam in as fast as I could.
Something similar happened to you, John. You were doing lifeguard training. You don't know each other. This is, you're nearby each other. So what happened in your story?
All right, so I was about like 150 yards off the shore, and I was just treading water for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And as soon as my rescuers got there, that's when I got bit. I felt the mouth around my foot. I pulled out. I just started kicking. I don't know if I connected. The adrenaline was rushing, but I didn't feel it anymore, and that's when I swam the shore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It seems interesting. Like you were on a sandbar, and it happened with you, Max, too. Were you close to a sandbar? Is that what was happening?
So I was very close. I was about 15 yards out, like right at the break, and I was just sitting there on my surfboard with my friend. Didn't see anything coming, and then just felt like jaws on my foot, and it just bit down real hard. I thought it broke my foot, but I was able to get away. I guess it let go pretty quickly.
I mean, the shock you must feel. What about you, Shawn? How did it happen to you?
Yeah, I was surfing before work. I paddled out like 7 in the morning. I was maybe in the water for 25 minutes, surfed a couple waves. I was actually going to get the next group of waves, so I was paddling prone, going to get the next wave. As soon as I got a couple strokes off the sandbar I was on, I got hit once on the board. Enough force knocked me into the water. Oh. When I fell into the water, I saw the fin, and I was like, oh no, this is a shark attack. What do I do now? But thankfully, I had my surfboard, and I was back on my board before I knew it. The shark came up on the right side of the board. I was able to slap it once, and thankfully there was some waves coming in, and I just turned around and paddle as hard as I could for shore, and it took me right to the beach.
I can't imagine the fear that you guys went through when you were in the water, and I can't imagine, quite frankly, wanting to go back in the water ever again after something like that happened. Lindsay, for you, did you go back in? Have you been back in?
Well, the rest of the vacation was spent in the hospital, so I haven't had a chance yet, but I plan to go back in.
And your girls, too, who witnessed it?
Yes, they were already back in a few days. So.
Was this something you guys were worried about? I mean, shark attacks? Is that something that had crossed your mind? You joked about it.
When you're playing victim, you're sitting out there.
Well, you had heard about his scenario, right? Because it happened just a few weeks before the exact same thing happened to you.
A couple days before mine, and we joked about it.
Yeah.
It's funny how it got bit. But
I thought I was fine because Zach got bit at the same beach I was at, and I figured on the
It's like lightning doesn't strike twice.
So,
never gonna happen.
So what is the advice? I mean, people are swimming out in the ocean. You guys said you punched at the shark just out of sheer adrenaline.
Yeah.
But what's the right thing to do?
I think the number one thing, if you do decide to go into the ocean, make sure you're going into an area that is protected by lifeguards because, you know, God forbid there is an emergency situation like a shark attack. You have trained personnel that can handle that situation. You know, you go to the beach, ask the lifeguards, any fins today? You know, hopefully not. You know, we haven't seen any sharks since I've been back at work. But yeah.
I mean, it seems like an obvious question. If a shark bites you, it hurts. In that moment, are you just in shock? Or do you really feel it? Do you even realize what's happening to you?
I didn't really feel it till I was back on shore, and I looked at my foot, and it was covered in blood, and that's when I knew it was like a shark attack. I didn't even know until.
And you guys obviously love the ocean, love the water. This year, everyone's talking about that there are more sharks out there than ever before. Is that what you guys have been experiencing and seeing, even like on the job?
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone asks, is there a shark spotting today?
Really?
Yeah.
It's always a yes.
What about our surfers? I mean, obviously, you know this is like a risk. Surfers always seem to be attractive to sharks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely always had a game plan in my head, like, God forbid it ever happens, you know, what can you do? You know, I think when you're surfing, at least you have a little bit of protection. You have the board, you have flotation. You know, like my board got hit first, then my leg got bit. And I didn't feel it until I got up the beach. So, you know, I think, you know, just having an idea of your head of like what you do, God forbid it happens, I think helps you.
Well, we're happy that you all are here with us on the couch. Lindsay, we're very happy that you're okay. That must have been completely scary, and we're happy that your girls are all right, too. So.
Yeah, are you expecting to make a full recovery?
Yes, I'm already progressing a lot faster than everyone thought.
Wow.
Well, the guys all think you're the toughest one here.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Hands down.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.